In London, a rare map from an infamous period in Chicago history could bring in more than $26,000 when it goes up for sale next month.
This one right behind us, as CBS 2's Vince Gerasole reports, it chronicles the murders and the shootouts of the city's gangland wars when Al Capone was king.
89 years later, tourists still flock to the Clark Street site of Al Capone's St. Valentine's Day Massacre.
We're doing our own mob tour, so before we left the UK, we planned out the sites.
But the murders were recent events when pointed out in this cartoonish 1931 so-called map of Chicago's gangland, where an unknown artist crowned the infamous Al Capone king.
It's very beautifully and humorously designed.
It features mobsters using machine guns to mow down a hedge and a fish guzzling down bootleg beer. Crouch Rare Books in London is putting its original up for sale. Price, $26,000.
They are a perfect snapshot of a moment in history.
Inside Chicago's Newberry Library, we got a closer look at its equally rare copy.
You could point to this one as basically starting the gang wars.
It indicates the South Wabash spot where mobster Big Jim Colosimo was gunned down in 1920. Skulls and crossbones mark Death Corner, where mobsters frequently dump bodies. Luxury condos stand there today. Planes labeled Canadian Specials are flying in Prohibition whiskey.
I only can think of this as being tongue-in-cheek.
At the time, gangster movies were Hollywood gold. The tourist map was meant to capitalize on that with the 1933 World's Fair just around the corner. But most copies were destroyed well in advance.
The map ultimately is humorous, which is hard to stomach in some ways.
Now, the legend also features a glossary of mob terms like pineapple for a bomb. I never heard that one before. Typewriter for a machine gun, and cold meat for a corpse. Imagine if we had a map today of recent shootings here in the city of Chicago. It leaves a very sour taste in your mouth. This is part of our history, infamous, and people are collecting it.
Yeah, okay.
Thanks, Vince.